And joining us now is Lara Birnback, Executive Director of the Brooklyn Heights Association. Her group is working with 11 other community organizations to devise a plan that balances the urgent need to rebuild the BQE with quality of life issues in the neighborhood. Thank you for coming in and speaking with us.
Thank you.
Now, your organization testified before the City Council yesterday. Are you satisfied? Do you have concerns, and are you satisfied that they're being heard?
Yes, so we're absolutely thrilled that so much attention and spotlight is being given to the problem of the BQE. We've known for decades that something has to be done to solve this aging infrastructure that we have. So we were very pleased that both the mayor's expert panel took into account the voice of the community, as well as the City Council in the report that they issued and the opportunity to testify yesterday. Yeah,
there's no doubt the BQE is in desperate need of repairs. They put out this 67-page report. What's kind of the community's reaction to this report?
So, I mean, we're still digesting the report, but we're, like I said, we're really encouraged that attention is being paid now. What we hope most of all is for a few of the recommendations that came in this report to be implemented immediately. So we know that it will take time for a comprehensive and transformative plan for the entire BQE corridor to be developed and put in place. But one of the things we think the city can do immediately is reduce the lanes from 6 to 4. We think that would enable a better, speedier repair for the immediate work that needs to be done around the triple cantilever, and also create a safer roadway for motorists. It's one of the most dangerous stretches of highway in our city.
Now, this report outlines two possible construction plans, which Christina spoke about in her piece there: turn the BQE into a street-level roadway or tear it down for a tunnel. Does your group have a preference to one of these?
We don't have a preference right now. We're still evaluating all the different options that are out there. Thankfully, a lot of folks in the community, engineers, architects, et cetera, have come forward with a variety of innovative plans. What we hope most of all right now, and what we think is absolutely critical, is for the state and the city to take up one of the recommendations from, again, both the mayor's expert panel report and the City Council report, to create a special governance body made up of state, federal, and local officials that can really sort of project manage this in a way to ensure that something actually and finally gets done.
Do you think there are pros and cons to each plan?
Of course, there are pros and cons to any plan that we would select. So again, we're still sort of evaluating the different plans. We don't have a preferred plan at this time, but we just are encouraging this special governance body to be formed so that we know that things are on track and that the community can continue to have a voice and input into whatever plan is developed.
And, you know, a lot of people have spoken. The challenges obviously are time, because this is an aging infrastructure. We're running out of time. And then, of course, money. Do you think it's realistic to build a tunnel given how difficult it is to get funding for transportation projects here?
I mean, I think it will be challenging. I think whatever we do is challenging. These kinds of large infrastructure, capital-heavy projects are challenging. I certainly think it's possible. I think the momentum is there. I think the elected officials know that time is running out. And I think the people that live in the city of New York are ready to see a different kind of vision, a different kind of urban highway. There's been so much destruction in our city caused by these, 1940s, 1950s urban highways that have destroyed neighborhoods, resulted in people being disconnected from the waterfront, high rates of asthma, all up and down the BQE corridor, and many other highways in our city. So I think the time is now.
Does your group have a preference for a plan it would adopt?
We don't. We don't have a preference right now. What our preference is for something, I would say our preference is that the powers that be not look at this in a piecemeal fashion, not just spend billions of dollars to repair the triple cantilever, only to 10 years from now suddenly realize that the Gowanus Expressway, for example, needs repair. So we really think that it's a corridor-wide problem. We need a corridor-wide approach and something that will really result in a better transformed highway or transformed roadway infrastructure for our city.
So what is the next step forward? What do you think it should be?
I think the next step forward, as I mentioned earlier, would be we would love to see this reduction from 6 lanes to 4 lanes on the highway. We are calling on our city and state and federal officials to come together and create a special governance body. There were lots of examples provided in the council's report of different cities, San Francisco, Boston, even the Mario Cuomo Bridge in our own state here had a special governance vehicle to make sure that it happened. And also, I think simultaneously, we need more investment in better and expanded public transportation so that we can reduce the vehicles on the roadway, expanded ferry service, an express bus from Staten Island to downtown Brooklyn, more express bus service from Staten Island to Manhattan. So investments in transit to go along with this transformation.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you with that one. Thank you so much for your time and for being here with us.